For you guys all the way from New York City, please make a loud noise for Anthony DeVito!
Wow, guys. Hey, have a hand for Joe, everybody, huh? God, this is amazing. I think you could tell how mature you are as a person just by how you handle your internet security questions on your passwords. I used to work at Apple. I had an E-Trade account, and one of my questions was, what's your dream occupation? So I wrote, sucking my own dick. Well, but then a year went by, and I forgot my password. And it's a stock account. I have to call them up. So I was on the phone with the lady, and we're going through all the steps, and she's like, oh, okay, Mr. DeVito, one more thing before we reset your password. And then she must have looked down at my answer, because I felt it hit her. And she was like, oh. That is a first. What is your dream occupation? And I had to be like, I didn't say sucking my own dick, did I? She was like, yeah, you did. You did. Man, thank God I got it right. How much weirder would that have been? She's like, what's your dream occupation? I'm like, did I say sucking my own dick? She's like, nope, you wrote architect. I had to go to a wedding recently, and I didn't know anybody at the wedding, so when people ask me what I did for a living, I just made shit up. And I told some people I'm a cop. I told other people I manage a gym. And then I told other people I'm a philanthropist. But I have no idea what a philanthropist is. But I know what a paleontologist is, and that's what I thought a philanthropist was. So I had people coming up to me all wedding, and they were like, oh, hey, what do you do for a living? I was like, oh, I happen to be a philanthropist. And they're like, how'd you fall into that? And I was like, I don't know, I just saw Jurassic Park. And something just clicked, you know? Shit, you're awesome. So I did a set on television a couple of years ago, and when you do a set on TV, people tweet at you afterwards. They'll be like, oh, hey, great job, or that wasn't very funny, or died of fire. Wide range of things. So I got one tweet at Train. Says, you gotta see this guy Anthony DeVito, he's a great comedian. I thought it was just some dude named Train. No, it turned out to be the lead singer of the band Train. So when I started doing comedy, I didn't think one of the possible outcomes is my fan base is my mom, my grandma, and the guy that sang Drop to Jupiter. That's everybody. So I think, whatever, a couple months go by, I got an email, it's from him, his name's Pat. He said, my wife and I are watching your set, we think you're amazing. I'm coming to New York. I would be honored for you to do my podcast. He said honored, like he thinks I'm a star. He said, no, last week I cried at an open mic. So I do the podcast, we have fun, whatever. Afterwards, we're drinking, we're at the hotel bar, but it's just me, him, and their keyboard player. And it's a lot of pressure. And I'm like, man, I just wish there were one other person that could be here. And then in walks to the bar, Dennis Quaid. Yeah, and he comes over to our table. And I'm like, be careful what you wish for, because it's a whole lot weirder. So I was like, all right, I'm just going to pound booze, I'll loosen up. I get so drunk that at some point I just go, we should all go back to the room and jam. And they're like, yeah. And I'm like, I can't believe that worked. So we go back up to the hotel and they're singing songs. At one point, Dennis Quaid goes, "I'm gonna do one of my originals." And we're like, what is that gonna be like? This is the song that he sings. It's gonna get awkward in here, but that's how awkward it was in the hotel room. He starts strumming guitar and he just goes, and the cow goes moo, and the chicken goes caw 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 caw, and the pig goes oink oink oink. And I'm like, just don't laugh, just keep it together. So then he leaves. I'm still trying to play cool for some reason. I'm like, pretty typical Wednesday for me. Just hung out with Train, got serenaded by the guy from Inner Space with a crazy version of Old McDonald's. Out of the ordinary. So then Pat just goes, "You didn't think that was fucking crazy?" I'm like, yeah, of course I did. I just thought you're in a band and you have this night every night. And he goes, "No, man, I'm just like you. The only difference is I have money." So, part 2 of this story is that Train, believe it or not, has a cruise that runs every year from Miami to Jamaica, back to Miami. They booked me to do comedy on the cruise. And Shaggy also performed on the boat. And yeah, he lives in Jamaica. He didn't make the return trip. So we just gave him a ride. I went to Shaggy's show, and Shaggy does like the 4 songs that he has. He's about to get into a new song, and he explains to everyone why he has to make a new song after 10 years of not being in the public eye. This is what he said: "I'm about to do a Jamaican accent. Just know that I know it's bad. It sounds Irish. Don't be a dick." Fine. So he just gets out and he just goes, "Y'all want to know where Shaggy has been? Y'all want to know where Shaggy has been?" And everyone's like, "Sure." So he goes, "Shaggy has been on the beach, smoking weed, drinking beer." As if that would be a surprise to anyone. Like, I wonder if Shaggy's been building churches and playing laser tag. Doing everything he said he does in his songs. Oh, all right. But then it took this weird turn, and Shaggy just goes, "But Shaggy smoked too much weed, drank too much beer, so Shaggy had to go back in the studio." And I just wanted to hear more about his financial problems. He's just like, "During the subprime mortgage crisis, Shaggy made some poor choices. Them tricky loners." And he closed his whole set on "It Wasn't Me." But before he did that, he gave another weird speech. And he just goes, "If the girls find you cheating, you tell them it wasn't me. And when they ask who told you that, you tell them the ultimate player, the one true pimp player for real." And we all thought he was going to say it himself. And he just goes, "Bill Clinton!" And I was like, is Bill Clinton going to come out? Is everyone from the 90s on this boat? But then, last thing about it, I had to host a tequila tasting, which, tequila, not really a beverage you taste. Get fucked up on it. And there were 6 different kinds of tequila. So, man, by the end of it, people were ripped animals. And I co-hosted it with Chris Kirkpatrick from NSYNC. Yeah. So, talk about a telling moment in both our careers. My clear high point, his definite low point. I'm like, "How did this happen?" He's like, "How did this happen?" Christ, you guys are unbelievable. This is the best show. I'll probably not move back to New York because of the show. Get a job at the brewery. Fuck it. This is amazing. Best time I've ever had. Man, I bombed the show so bad last week that I got an email the next day from someone at the show just making sure I was okay. And that hurts so bad because it's not one step to email me and you're like, what did I do? No, they have to remember my name, then Google my name, figure out how to contact me, then email me. 4 times they had to be like, no, I'm doing the right thing. It's really not bad. I don't think comedians are the funniest people. I think flamboyant, over-the-top gay men, those are the most entertaining people. Yeah, they really are. I used to work retail. I worked with this black gay guy named Larry. He used to call himself Larry Legend. And one time we were talking, it was just freezing in the store. I was like, oh man, it's cold in here. He goes, cold? It is chili willy penguin bones up in this bitch. Yeah. It's like, first of all, how are you not a weatherman? Second of all, I've never got that imaginative an answer from a straight guy. That's unbelievable. See, a straight guy, that conversation would have been so short. It'd be like, it's cold in here, it is. We should get some pussy. That'd have been the end of it. No imagination whatsoever. It would have sucked. Yeah, homophobia. It's so weird. My girlfriend wants to put a finger up my butt. Yeah, I know. I don't care. I just don't know why she wants to go in there. There's nothing in there for her. It's not where I'm keeping the ring. But guys get so nervous about that. They'll be like, put a finger in my butt. What if I find out I'm gay? It's like, I know you're nervous that a finger in your butt is going to make you gay? Well, then you're gay. Man, you're a finger in the butt away from being gay? No, you are a gay man. Because gay people like things in their butt, yeah, but they also like things in their mouth. That's never treated with the same fear. Someone's like, hey man, you want something to eat? He says, no thanks, I'm straight. All right, you guys are unbelievable. Have a great